Unit 2, Exercise 10.
The matter of Mrs. O'Brien's resignation. Now, I've had a look at all the documents you sent me, Mr. Flanagan, and, well, the first thing I've noticed is Mrs. O'Brien's actual letter of resignation. You see, according to her contract, she isn't entitled to start her new job as early as the 1st of January. Unless, of course, you're happy to let her go early.
Yes, I'd noticed that too. But that isn't really what I'm worried about. My biggest concern is that the company she's planning to go to is Softline.
Yes, I wanted to come to that. Looking at your files, I can see that Softline has become an important cooperation partner for your company.
Exactly.
Well, if Softline has started to poach your staff, it's very irritating, I admit. But in reality, there isn't very much you can do about it.
Actually, I'm worried about confidentiality.
I see. Well, you can, of course, invoke Clause 7.6 of Mrs. O'Brien's contract, which says, quite simply, that you can send her home today on gardening leave. The only problem there is that you would have to continue to pay her for the full period of her notice. That is, 3 months' salary. Quite a lot of money, but it may be worth it.
What about the competition clause? You know, the one that says that the employee isn't allowed to go and work for a competitor for 2 years.
Well, that would be difficult. You see, we can hardly say that Softline is a competitor when you have cooperation agreements with them. The other problem is that the competition clause would be very expensive for you as a company. Clause 3.4 states that you would have to pay Mrs. O'Brien half pay for 2 years. And she wouldn't have to do any work for this money.
It would cost us a lot more money if we lost know-how to a competitor. Anyway, there's a further complication. You see, we aren't Softline's only cooperation partner in the field of telecommunications software development, and some of Softline's other partners are direct competitors of ours.
And what exactly will Mrs. O'Brien's new job be at Softline?
To coordinate all their external software development projects.
So there is a risk that your company's know-how might be transferred to a competitor.
Indeed there is. So can't I invoke clause 3.2? It says here quite clearly that the employee can't work for a competitor or, I quote, a firm connected with them. I mean, I can stop her, can't I?
Perhaps, but I wouldn't want you to overreact to what may be only a very small risk. And another thing, if you do anything to delay Mrs. O'Brien's transfer to Softline, they're not going to be very pleased with you. This could even have a negative impact on future cooperation agreements.
So, what do you suggest I do?
To be honest, I think it would be best to...